The investigating officer may be called in to testify by the defense. Vanakkam, namaskaram, namaste, salam, sabona, salutations. Now today, Friday the 17th of January, day 4 of the bail hearing of the governor's siblings. Now in the last court appearance on Wednesday, the state went from back foot firmly onto the front foot in their attempt to deny the governor's siblings bail. At the heart of the state's application to deny bail is a 27-page sworn affidavit by the lead investigator, Warrant Officer Kumarasan Bob Pillai, which alleges a love triangle as a possible motive. It cites a second witness who positively identified accused number 1, federal governor, as the shooter, and goes further to state there is evidence, including photographs and video footage, indicating that federal governor assaulted his girlfriend and that she was in the process of acquiring a protection order. The affidavit goes further to say her life remains in danger in view of the fact that the applicant has already carried out the threat on the deceased. It goes further to say, let me repeat that, her life remains in danger in view of the fact that the applicant has already carried out the threat on the deceased. Now, for all the West Ham specials, it is not my word. This is in the affidavit of the IO. Let's be clear. It's not my word. I'm not saying this. It's in the, just for that clarity. You okay with that? Right, let's proceed. Now, the IO in question, as I said before, Kumarasan Bob Pillai, was the IO who brought the AKA's killers to court. Now, he argues, following, I'm quoting from the statement, if federal governor and his brother Darren Governor are released on bail, there is a likelihood that they would endanger the safety of the public or any other particular person. A further reason forwarded by the state as to why the siblings must not be granted bail was that if the Governor brothers were found guilty, the sentence would be life imprisonment, and according to the statement, and I quote, and this will be sufficient motive for them to evade trial. Now the defense, led by seasoned criminal attorney Ravindra Manikala, argues in terms of affording bail. He argues that, number 1, the brothers have fully cooperated with the investigation. Number 2, they handed themselves in willingly. The witness, the state witness, the first witness, did not positively identify either of the siblings. And number 4, they have a home in KZN with family who depend on them. They have a fully fledged business, mostly in KZN, and hence not a flight risk. Now, this is a Schedule 6 bail application, so they will need to provide exceptional conditions or circumstances why the court should consider bail. Now, that has to do is falling in line with this. The following, the fact that ProSecure has been slapped with a suspension order, which means the entire business must be suspended according to the regulatory authority CIRA. Now, that suspension puts the entire ProSecure operation, which apparently employs more than 3,000 people, puts it at risk. The defense has argued that this will have a devastating effect on the economy, their clients, their employees, considering the high rate of unemployment in the country. The defense argues that if the siblings are released on bail, they can save the business, save the jobs, look after their clients and their families, etc. Now, today was sit down for what's called closing arguments after both sides put forward the affidavits, now closing arguments. But there may be a twist in the tale today. According to Section 60, subsection 3 of the Criminal Procedures Act, the magistrate can decide to call the IO to testify on the stand. Now, the defense has asked for the magistrate to rule on this, which is probably today, to rule on whether he will call or will not call the IO to testify. Now, on Wednesday, the defense already notified the magistrate that should the magistrate decide not to call the IO, they, meaning the defense, will be making an application for him to do so, meaning to call the IO to the stand to be cross-examined. The state, the prosecutor, has already stated that they will oppose any such application by the defense to place the investigating officer on the stand. So, it's going to be an interesting day in court. And it doesn't look likely that bail proceedings will end today, which means that the siblings will have to return to Westville Correctional Facility until the next court date, which will probably be next week. And there you go. For today, this feature brought to you by me, and my better half, my wifey, we are suppliers of Valentine's gifts and gifting. So we can supply you, the public, retail or wholesale, to shops, outlets, convenience stores, garages, etc. We can make up specialized Valentine's packs for you, or buy the ones that we already have pre-packed for your loved one on Valentine's Day. Hell, man, I'll even deliver it for you to your loved one. What do you say? Tell her what you must.
Tell her what you must. Tell her what you crave. But don't tell her flop. Don't tell her with the masala.